Speaking of Microsoft, a little bit of bad news, I guess. I mean, that's not the way they're spinning it. They're saying we're just going to focus on our online stores. Microsoft is permanently closing its retail stores. And I can't say I've interacted all that much with Microsoft retail stores, but I have a little bit. I went to the Yorkdale one.
Yep.
And when I've been traveling, I found myself in a Microsoft store here and there. Nice places. Early on, catching the references to the Apple Store, obviously. Although something interesting about their stores that I kind of liked is it also elevated other partners, other laptop makers who weren't Microsoft. Those were allowed in the store, which was kind of cool. Mm-hmm. So you could go in there and see like products from other brands. Yeah, you could see products from other brands. Microsoft on Friday announced it will permanently close its 83 Microsoft Store retail locations. Now, you know, of course, the lockdown not helping with the retail for anybody. Even around here, man, you see the places shutting down. It
got real.
It's rough.
Yeah.
It's rough out there. And the longer the thing goes, the rougher it gets. It stays. And a lot of companies are reevaluating, reimagining what their future looks like and the best way to serve their customers. Microsoft says, look, we're doing a lot of business online. We have our own products we sell via Microsoft.com. We have the gaming stuff we're doing with Xbox. We talk to customers that way. Maybe we don't have to have these retail stores, so they shut down the retail stores. Microsoft on Friday announced it will permanently close 83 Microsoft retail store locations. It will instead focus on its online store at Microsoft.com. I don't know. I can't help but be a bit upset. It's unfortunate it couldn't work. I'm a tech fan, so more places existing. If I have to be trapped in a mall in the future, places to hide out, comfortable zones.
Yeah,
it's a lot of clothing stores in the mall. Tech is not all that available.
Yeah, it's nice to kind of to break it up in a,
Yorkdale had a Microsoft store. They had a Tesla store. Mm-hmm. They had a Apple store. Maybe even like a Best Buy Mobile. Mm-hmm. You got places you can hang out.
Yeah.
As a tech fan. And you lose one of those here. Actually, last time when I was at that store, I met a couple Unbox Therapy fans as well. You see how that goes? It was a bit of a hub.
Yeah. And did you notice that there was like a Connect with the TV in front of the store?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. They had the Connect going on. They had the Xbox section. But obviously, I'm not going to lie. Even back then, I was kind of like, not a lot of people walking through the cash register right now. This ain't no Apple store. It was obvious if you were ever in there. So maybe they could have invested more time, but it's just retail in general. Man, it's a rough ride right now. Whether it's Microsoft or anyone else for that matter. I mean, on the last show, we were talking about Chuck E. Cheese. That's not retail. I guess but any place a human has to take their body physically and go under attack. In the past decade or so, Microsoft began to expand its retail presence in an effort to create a shopping experience similar to Apple's, where people could try new Microsoft software and hardware created by both Microsoft and its partners. Microsoft even built a store on Fifth Avenue in New York, just a few blocks away from Apple's iconic glass. So they really thought they were going to go head-to-head. And, I mean, talk about a company is difficult to go head-to-head with. You go up against Apple in that game. In any game right now. Sheesh. It's tough competition. And, they have been going head-to-head for a while, but in this sense, they're not willing to continue that fight for the time being. They're going to keep, I think, a couple of physical locations open. The company will also reimagine spaces that serve all customers, including operating a Microsoft Experience Center in London, NYC, Sydney, and Redmond campus locations. So a very trimmed down experience, certainly not 83 stores. And I don't even know really what those experience centers will be like. But if you want to buy something directly from Microsoft right now, 2020, you want a Surface product, can you buy an Xbox directly from them? Maybe you can. You probably can. You got to head to the website. That's the state of affairs, 2020.